Hello, this is Dreaming Sheep and welcome to a mod spotlight on Impractical Storage by D. Miller W. Or he's also known by Dylan WM on YouTube if you go check out his channel. Now, Impractical Storage is a mod designed to encourage players to use the Minecraft world to store their items in it, instead of using chests or other modded storage systems. And by proxy that would encourage players to build large warehouses or factories and fill them up with more interesting items than just a small storage area in the corner. To do this, the mod comes with a single item, the storage controller, and you can see the recipe there. It's 7 iron ingots, a redstone dust, and a chest of any type. You place this in the world and you'll see a bounding box appears. Now in version 1.0 the bounding box can only be edited in the config files, whereas 1.1 will actually come, well, the controller will come with a GUI or GUI, which will allow you to adjust the width, the height, and the depth of the box, toggling the visibility of this bounding box, which is currently done, I believe, just by distance from block. I can't figure out any other way of changing it. And it will also allow you to change the sorting order. So you have two options. One is nice, neat little rows, and the other is a random pattern, which is the default, and the one I'm about to use. So all you do is you pipe some items in and you see they appear in your storage area. These items are actually tile entities with a texture of the original item. You can see, like with a gate, you can't interact with it as much as you right click, and it's also 1 block high instead of the normal 1.5, so you can just jump on top and use it like a normal block. Another option in the config is to change the option on what to do when the controller is broken. So you have two options. One is to convert everything to its original item. So we should now be able to interact with our gates. You can walk through them, but we can't jump on top of them anymore. And option 2 is to just drop the original item on the floor, which you can then go and collect. Now, just for demonstration purposes, I've actually set up another little area here, which will, using a Actually Additions precision dropper, just to drop some items onto the conveyor belts, and this will then organize them for us into 4 little sections. I'm just going to switch this on while I talk through the rest, and you'll see items dropping through and hopefully appearing in the correct areas. Now the filtering for this is actually done with a item router underneath the conveyor belt. I haven't found any way of filtering directly on the storage controller, so you got to figure out your own ways. You could use item conduits from other mods with filters on them and however you like. But as you can see, items get placed into their currently preset areas. And I was hoping there were some gold ingots unless I forgot to put them in. I did forget to put them in. So let's just grab some very quickly. If I place those in here, you'll find that it'll actually create just a single crate with all your gold ingots in them. Oh, okay, it does multiple. So it probably only will have a maximum amount of ingots or items it can hold in there, whereas saplings, for example, create their own crate for each individual sapling. To get these items back, you shift right click on them and it just drops whatever's in the crate or whatever the block was. So for the gold we should get 16. One last thing that I thought would be quite an interesting prank potentially is doing something like this. Now I'm just gonna hopefully get the right spot. Let's guess there, and we'll put a couple more down. But what you could do is pipe a whole bunch of TNT into an area, and you'll see, because these are actually tile entities and not real TNT, they don't activate on any redstone. So it should place on top of some redstone torches, or you could just place redstone torches wherever you want to scare people even more. And you'll see one of the other nice things with the mod is by placing items in this area, it actually automatically converts them to a sort of impractical storage block or item block. So you don't have to pipe everything in, you can just place them wherever you want. And typically, oh, that one is next to TNT. Now you could set this up, and obviously someone walking over, if you had this in their base, could probably be a little bit scared by it. They'd be a bit wary of going over any of the pressure plates, but in fact it won't do anything at all. I personally think this would be a lot better in 1.1 because you could hide the bounding box. Or you could try and encourage someone to get to the controller, because the worst thing they could possibly do is break it, as this converts everything back to their original blocks. Kaboom! Everything's gone. So not something I'd really recommend, but I thought it would be fun to do. On that note, I hope you've enjoyed this mod spotlight. Again, have a look at Dylan WM's website on YouTube, not website, his YouTube channel, for any future updates. Take care.